Hey guys, SC Blizzard here, and I didn't really have a topic for today's video, so I figured I'd just go ahead and give you guys a little bit of, or a few tips to help your gameplay in Call of Duty. Now, I myself do not consider myself an A-list player. I am definitely not the best player in the world, but I do have some skill. I am a decent player, so I win 3 out of 4 games, and if you look at my win-loss ratio, I have a 3 point something. I know that I win more than 3 out of 4 games because the ratio is higher than 3. That's how you determine what a win-loss ratio is. You have to look at the number, and like if you have a 3 win-loss, that means that you win 3 out of 4 games. If you have a 1, that means you win 1 out of 2, or half your games. It's basically a more technical version of percentage. It's kind of a fraction, but you know, it's a ratio, so it's a little bit difficult to understand. But anyway, what I was getting at when I said that was I do win most of the games I play, so I figured I do have some, get out of my way, teammate. I figured I do have some like information to share, something to share with you guys. I do have some tips. So, if you guys are at all interested, go ahead and stick around, and I'll go ahead and start the commentary. To be successful in Call of Duty, to get high streaks, to get everything, you need to be omniscient and omnipresent. In case you don't know what omnipresent or omniscient means, omniscient means all-knowing, and omnipresent means everywhere, pretty much. What I mean by omnipresent is you don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to be everywhere. You kind of need to be the opposite. You need to know where everybody else is at, because if you don't know the spawns, then you're gonna have a rough time. I come into this game on Overlord. This map is kind of difficult because the spawns are really scattered around, but it's still somewhat easy to learn. So you need to know where everyone is at. That's why I say stay spawn trap. That's why I suggest watching spawn trap videos. That's why I tell you guys where the spawns are, so that way you guys can know where all your enemies are at. It's not exactly omnipresent, but it's not exactly the opposite. You know where everybody's at, which is going to make your job a lot easier. And also you need to be omniscient, all-knowing. You need to know what you're doing next. I'm staying in this area in this game because I know that people are going to spawn around me, but they're not going to spawn directly on me. Also, it would be helpful to have a gaming headset. If you guys don't have one, I use the Turtle Beach PX4 headset. It is definitely not the best on the market, but for its price range, about $150, it does its job. It's surround sound. It's really helpful for listening for people, listening for footsteps, all kinds of stuff. It's good quality, and I enjoy it. So that's gonna help you with your omniscience. And I don't think I can really go any farther with Omni, but you know, that's the idea. And also, you can see that I was using an AK-12, and then I decided to flip to the Honey Badger. I realized that I was out of my own league, I guess, or these enemies were out of my league, kind of. No, they weren't. What I'm trying to say is, I was using the AK-12 and I was having a difficult time, so I decided to switch it up. So, if you realize that something isn't working, go ahead and switch your class and try and figure out what class is what. I usually have the same kind of class setup perk-wise for all of my classes, especially if they're assault rifles. I just, depending on the kind of map I'm playing on, I use a different assault rifle. Most people like to have a certain class for each gun. I like to have the same class for all my guns. I just, map knowledge. It kind of has to go with map knowledge. Like, you need to know what you're up against, and if you don't know, then it's fine. I didn't know what I was up against. I figured an AK-12 would be perfect for this map. It turned out I was wrong, so I switched to the Honey Badger, and it worked out for me pretty well. So, yeah, and, you know, Sorry, I was drawing a blank, but I figured it out. It's all clear now. So, quick tip, I don't know if this works on Xbox, but I learned recently that playing in party chat, PS4 has a party chat setting for those of you guys that play on Xbox and stuff. PS4 has a party chat setting, and for some reason whenever you go into party chat, it muffles the game sound. So whenever I kind of feel like I'm gonna go into tryhard mode, whenever I want to go on high streaks and stuff, I abandon my party. I just go into game chat and let everybody else stay in party chat. That's what I'm doing in this game. I realized, you know what, I can't hear anything. Sometimes my parties go to complete utter chaos, which is really difficult. Either that or people are just being loud and it's difficult to hear what's going on. And whenever I want to go on high streaks, whenever I want to play in tryhard mode, I just go into game chat, let the rest of my team stay in party chat. Every now and then I go back to party chat and say, hey, I need you to take B or something. Don't argue, just do it. And they're like, okay. And then I go back to game chat and have them do it. But basically, I like to go into game chat whenever I'm in tryhard mode. So if you guys like to play in parties on PS4, you should try it out sometime. It's a really, really, really helpful tip. Also, know your boundaries. I put on ballistic vests and I figured that I was pretty much like all powerful. That's I forgot what the word for that is. Oh yeah, omnipotent. It's not omnipotent like what Eminem says. It's omnipotent. Sorry Eminem, but you know. You need to kind of know your boundaries, and you need to understand, like, are you capable of doing this? If not, then try and stay back, stay low. I'm staying in this area, and whenever I run out, I almost got killed there just a second ago. Like, if I didn't have ballistic vests, then I would have been doomed. That's another good tip, is to always have ballistic vests, because, or whenever you're trying to go on high streaks or something, always use ballistic vests. It's really helpful. It makes you have to take an extra 3 to 6 hits, so it's very, very, very helpful. Also, know your boundaries. You need to understand that. Use ballistic vests, Omniscient, and Omnipotent, and what was the other one? It was Omnipresent. There we go. I'm sorry. I can kind of give you guys a class suggestion for this honey badger. I was using quick draw, fully loaded, focus, dead silence, amplify, and I don't think I'm missing a perk, but that's pretty much the perk setup that I like to run with. I use this class on the SC2010. I put on suppressor and extended mags because the SC2010 literally has no recoil. There's no .44 grip. Instead of quick draw, I put on stalker, and then for my specialist bonus, instead of stalker, I put on, not specialist bonus, but my specialist perk. Instead of putting on stalker, I put on quick draw, since I have stalker in my perk set up, and but yeah, it's a good idea. If you guys are going to run support, don't worry about going on high streaks. You're going to keep it going. Just play the objective as hard as possible. If you're running support, that's another tip I can give you. I'm talking about assault and specialist streaks. Also try to stay to the edges of the map. That's a very, very, very good idea. What I was doing was, a little while ago, that was a close one, was staying up in that house because I knew that if I had stayed in that area, then I would be safe. I could hear everyone around me because I had amplify, and I decided to come into this area because they were spawning on A, and it was very risky. I almost died just a second ago, but those ballistic vests saved me. I didn't think that ballistic vests could regenerate health, but apparently they can. I don't know. Ballistic vests give you an extra 150 health, for those of you guys that don't know. So instead of just 100 health, you now have 250 with ballistic vests on, and apparently ballistic vests can regenerate health. It just takes a little while. So there we go. There's that chem strike I was looking for. Overlord. I haven't earned a chem strike on Overlord till this game, and it was pretty cool. So I think that's pretty much all the tips I can help you out with. Go ahead and go back, watch the video again if you didn't really fully understand what I was saying. Basically, be all powerful, or not all powerful. Know your boundaries. Don't think you're all powerful. You need to know your boundaries. Be all knowing. Be the opposite of omnipresent. Know where everyone is at. Learn the spawns. I would suggest going and watching Exclusive Ace. That is, there's no E in that. That's just exclusive. XCLUSIVE space Ace. ACE. If you guys caught that, he's very good at spawn guides. He's a very, very, very helpful person, and he helped me get a lot of my chem strikes. Also, learn the stats for all your guns. Go ahead and subscribe to Drifter if you haven't. That's DRIFT0R, Drifter. He's a very, very, very helpful YouTuber. He does the in-depth series for Call of Duty, in case you didn't know that. It will help you learn the stats for all your guns, and those two are basically going to make your you earning chem strikes a lot easier. That's pretty much all I have to say. Go ahead and like the video. It really helps us out when you guys like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. It's really nice when you guys subscribe, and favorite it if you can, and comment what you guys want to see next. I'm pretty sure that's it. In the meantime, give them a convolution. Peace.